شكرا General Toy, delegated chair of this important briefing. My colleague co-chair Gabriel Duop, the DG of South Sudan Prison Service, senior generals of the SSPDF, members of the various security mechanisms, and all officers present. This briefing is a continuation of yesterday's briefing, which was conducted at Crown Hotel. And it is all meant to implement the decision or the agreement reached upon on the 3rd of this month by the 3 principals to the security arrangement. So this is a continuation of all that, and is meant to work out implementation programs for that important agreement. Here, the first thing we'd like to confirm to all officers, NCOs and men of the 3 forces which are to be unified is that the sticking issues which had caused some bit of stalemate in the implementation of the agreement or of the security arrangement have been resolved, and as such, the implementation will go forward as arranged. That is the first message which we would like to pass to all forces, that there is nothing to fear anymore and there's nothing to worry. We've all, our principals have agreed on the implementation, and we as forces were here to execute their directives. الشيء الثاني طبعا الاتفاقية تا يوم 3 شهر 4 it spells out a number of tasks or items that are to be implemented. Some of those items will be implemented by the presidency, and that is particularly the issue of the unification of command as it has featured in the agenda we're having here. That is none of our business. The principals will agree on how they, will implement the formation of the high command, and we'll get it anytime, as mentioned by the chair of NTC. It will be announced anytime next week. There are some items which will also be implemented by the NTC, and that is very clearly also spelled in that agreement. But there is a good number of tasks which are to be implemented by the security mechanisms, and that is the reason why we're here. The security mechanisms have a big role to play. The tasks include, 1, the graduation of the forces in the training centers. So by this, it means that the responsible mechanism, which is JTSC, will be required to prepare the timetable and budget for that graduation. Another item talks of preparations for phase 2. Preparations for phase 2 will involve both JTSC and JMCC. But in this case, JMCC has to work out all the arrangements to get the forces ready to be moved to the training centers. One of the challenges which we realized in the current batch of forces which are to be graduated is that there wasn't enough work done in the cantonment sites before these forces were moved to the training centers. And that needs to be corrected. One of the things is that these forces are supposed to be screened in the cantonment sites before they are moved. Unfortunately, it wasn't done. That's why up to now we have those who are supposed to be in DDR still in the training centers. So JMCC will have to come out with a very comprehensive program that will address this kind of issues. We have also DDR, which needs to be activated to handle both the current forces who are to be graduated. There are some of them who are supposed to be taken to DDR, as well as the screening which is going to take place in the cantonment sites in preparation for phase 2. So this is briefly some of the items or some of the issues that will require our work as mechanisms or as security mechanisms. The various security mechanisms will have to do that. Now, talking about confidence building among us and trust building, this is one of the reasons why we're in this hall. البناسة هذا لطبعا ده شغل بنعمله كل يوم في جوار زي ده لكن برضو في حاجة عندنا نذكره إنه هنا كJDB we need to move down to some of these hotspots or these sites, and I think it is one of the issues that we will raise with the NTC to facilitate this kind of program. طبعا المرة اللي فات كان لنا مشاكل في مروتا ده في 2020. يعني هنا كJDB مشينا هناك وبردناه. في السنة اللي فات كان في مشكلة في ناصر. قمنا بتجارة بتاع former CDF ونحن the 2 co-chairs مشينا لناصر مشينا في معسكر بتاع SSPDF مشينا في معسكر بتاع IO في Catback, and we talked and the whole thing cooled. So I feel in Dorde we should have also a lot of this to be done. طبعا القوات اللي في ميدان لما نشوف الكل الطرف الجيارين ديل شغالين سوا وماشيين سوا, it builds their confidence and then it kind of improves their relationship. So these are briefly some of the issues around Nigul, but all in all, these agenda items are things which are to be implemented by us, and we are not here to discuss them or to change them. They are already contained in Intifagia, Al-Madao, by our principles. Our work is only to implement. So thank you very much. These are